I really hope everyone is having an amazing day today. Welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, I want to say welcome. So let's talk about it. First, I want to say congratulations to Senator Kamala Harris for being selected by Joe Biden to be on the ticket for vice president. I know they're saying she is the first black woman to be selected to run as a vice president nomination of the United States of America. So I first wanted to give that shout out, but now I have to give you guys my view of how I see things. I knew she was going to be selected. The only one that I thought that was probably give her a run for the money was they were saying Susan Rice, and I was thinking probably Elizabeth Warren. I like Elizabeth Warren, guys. I don't know why. I think she's kind of good. I know she's a little out there and a little weird and radical, but I like her. But I think she was a safe bet for America and Joe Biden and the Democratic Party, because we know big corporation, they love her. They felt like, oh, this is safe. And for Wall Street. So before she was selected, I know a lot of calls were being made to say, who's going to be the selection. So Stacey Abrams was actually rumored to become the VP nominee, guys. So a lot of people don't know that, but Wall Street got nervous because they don't really like her. and she was the former she ran for governor in Georgia, and she lost back in 2018, but they were nervous. So I think this is the safe bet for the Democratic Party. But just to give you a little bit of background about Kamala Harris, she's been in in law for decades as a district attorney in the state of California in San Francisco. She got her law degree from the University of California Hastings College of the Law. Again, this is in San Francisco. And she is biracial, guys, because I know we've been hearing a lot, black woman, black woman, black woman. But Kamala Harris in the past, even throughout the years, she didn't consider herself quote unquote black. She would say she's biracial, and they even put into East Indian, right? So her mother is from Tamil Nadu, India, and her father is from Jamaica. So, and she had a very good upbringing, guys. She didn't struggle like many people think. Her mother was a scientist, and her father, he was a professor. So they both came to the country in the early 1960s. And the parents, they divorced when she was 7, and she moved. First of all, she was born in Oakland, California. So at that age 7, she moved with her mother. They moved to Montreal? They went to Montreal, Canada, in Quebec. They moved there, and so her mother, she had some project there that she took on. But I know Trump came out this week, and he's talking about that he's pulling this whole birtherism thing again and saying she's not born here. She was born here, guys. I mean, I know he's always he's always trying to tread the needle. He's always reaching, but this is not gonna work. He did the same thing with President Barack Obama, saying he wasn't born here, he was born in Kenya. And it was so sad, disgusting, disturbing, and just sad across the board, where people he had to go get the birth certificate from Hawaii to show people that he was from America. But that was just a little crazy. But this video is really about, it's two things. I support Kamala Harris because she's a woman of color, and just achieving a lot throughout her years. She's achieved a lot, law school, Howard University, district attorney for many years. But at the same time, because I love to see people, not just a woman or man, I love to see success. I love to see people work hard to get where they need to get to. But my only issue was a few issues. One of my issues with her is she incarcerated a lot of black men and women in California and throughout the years. So, and I think when she did that as a DA, as a district attorney, I know she had to do her job, but I just wish, like, why you had to be a DA? Why you couldn't be a criminal defense lawyer? You know what I mean? Help the people instead of locking them up. That's just what I feel. But again, that's a couple dark spots on her career, and I know throughout her career too, she wanted to have some reform too. I guess, I don't know, she had some guilt in her to say, you know what, maybe in her mind, I put some people away, for even for weed, you know, and then that, for weed, she locked them up. And then throughout the years, she wanted some reform on, just little theft, robberies, and just and small crimes like weed, reform on that, on marijuana, and legalizing that. I know she was against the death penalty. She wanted to not be a part of that, because I know throughout her years she definitely led the district with just crimes, homicides, and things like that. So she put a lot of people away, but that's not what it's about. It's putting black people away, but at the same time being quote unquote a black woman. Now you want the black vote. That is my only thing. I feel I've said this before in a video. I think Joe Biden, he's gonna win the presidency for different reasons, but one of the main reasons is that we live in a democratic society, guys. I know it's the electoral college, and Hillary Clinton didn't win. She had 3 million votes more than Donald Trump, but at the same token, people will come out more for these two. For Hillary Clinton, a lot of people stayed home, especially the black community. I don't think they'll kind of stay home now because they're trying to black people, I think they're trying to vote for the least of the two evils, because a lot of people hate Donald Trump. So they're saying, you know what, if I hate Donald Trump, I'm going to vote for Joe Biden. I can understand that, but at the same time, I think the community, they need to make demands and requests, because your vote is actually special. It is valuable, guys. I know it don't seem like it. A lot of people told me throughout the years, my vote doesn't count. If you think it don't count, it won't count. You need to make demands, people, and say, this is what we want. You want my vote? That's how I feel right now in my life. Anyone that knows me, I voted Democrat the last few elections. I was a Democrat. That's how I look at things. But the older I'm getting and the more I understand politics, because I love politics, I understand it, I follow it heavy. I'm for anybody now that's gonna have an agenda, especially a black agenda, and they're gonna take care of my people. And yeah, I just feel that way. I want to see someone that has an agenda that's going to take care of the people. And I understand, a president is for all people, and I get that. I totally understand that, because we don't want to see anyone struggle. But I think the black community, they need help. They need a lot of help, and we need someone to come in there and help. You know what I mean? And I know that's the tough part, because if there's a presidential nominee to say, hey, we want to have a black agenda, they're not gonna get that backing from other races, because other races that aren't black, they're gonna be like, what about us? What about Asian, Hispanic, white, so on and so forth. They're gonna be like, what the hell? Why you tending to this group? Why don't you tend to us, the LGBTQ? They're gonna be you can't win with it. But at the same time, black people for the last few decades, for about 4 or 5 decades, they've been voting Democrat because that was the way to be. That's just what it was. It was like, I'm gonna vote for the Democrats because this is what we do. And I get that, because I think we all that vote Democrat, we were all a part of that. But at the same time, I think the more we voted Democrat and we didn't see any kind of tangibles or any residuals, any rewards, nothing. It was just like, here's our vote, no quid pro quo. I do for you, you do for me. So there was nothing being done for us. And we started noticing that, because, big respect to Barack Obama. I love that man. I mean, first black president. I mean, shout out to him. But at the end of the day, I know many people say, oh, his hands was tied. But he was a symbol. He was a symbol for black America, to show us, we want to see a black person be elected into office, because we thought it never would happen. He got elected. So it was just to give us motivation for ourselves and our children, grandchildren, that we can get to that level as well too. Nothing's impossible. That's great. And he got 8 years from us. He got about 96% of the black vote. And Donald Trump in 2016, he got 9%. That's actually a very big high. 9%. I know it's little when you hear about it, but 9% is actually big for a Republican to get. So I thought he was a symbol, a token, as they say. I think he was a symbol for the, black America. But I think now people have woke up and they said, whoa, okay, I get it. Kamala Harris is the VP she's on a ticket, but we want to see something. We want to see an agenda, and not just talking that we're going to do for everybody. Because one thing I can say, understanding politics, other races, right, when they vote, they make sure you have an agenda for them. They're not just going to vote just to vote. So I think people need to follow that, and really know that your vote does matter, and it does count, and it's very valuable. And I don't know, and so that was one thing. So it's a few other things, so stay with me, guys, be patient. ride out with me. So she was on a Breakfast Club, Kamala Harris, a while ago. She was on a Breakfast Club with Charlamagne the God, DJ Envy, Power 105. And again, guys, a lot of people were locked up behind her, her initiatives and things like that as a DA, and for marijuana. But they asked her, have you smoked marijuana? She said, yeah, she smoked marijuana before in college. So it was almost like, damn, so you smoke, but then you lock up people that smoke weed. I know it was quote unquote illegal, but it's like, come on. So that was one. And this is going to make you guys laugh. It's two things. So she was saying, oh, in college she listened like Tupac and Biggie. Tupac and Biggie was not in Howard University when she went to Howard University. She graduated in 1986. Biggie didn't come on to the early 90s, like 93, 94. Tupac came on like 91, 1992. So when she said that, it's pretty sad, because this is what I think. Like, you trying to pander to black people now, because she didn't really grow up black, guys. She really was. She had, tangible. She had, she went to like a really good school when she was younger. Like she didn't have that struggle. She was upper middle class. You know what I mean? I can imagine she wasn't listening to no rap or hip hop. It might have been around her, but again, Biggie and Tupac was not out in 1986, guys. Anybody that knows hip hop knows that. So I just thought like she wasn't being really authentic. I've actually felt bad for her, So that was another thing. And then I've been seeing a lot of media coverage about her being selected on the ticket, and they're saying she went to a HBCU, and I'm just like, I went to a HBCU my first year. I went to Lincoln University in Oxford, Pennsylvania. Anybody that knows me know I went there back in 2002, right? And when I went to Lincoln, yeah, it's an HBCU, but there's a lot of people that are non-white that go there. There are white people that go to HBCU. There are Hispanics that go to HBCU. Anyone knows that, they know. And Rachel Dolezal, she went to the same school, to a HBCU. She went to Howard University in her master's degree. So it was like, and you know what she did? She blackface and everything. She was fronting like she was a black woman. So that whole thing about going to an HBCU, I mean, for the person that doesn't think really, they'll think like, oh my gosh, she went to an HBCU. She black like us. Listen, and this is nothing against Kamala Harris, but sometimes I think we as people, we have to say, let's take a step back. Let's do research. Let's say to ourselves, who is this person? Because you could be for her and that's all fine, but you got to know why you're for her. You can't just say she went to an HBCU. She's my sister. Guys, I don't know. I don't know. I'm very, I guess, analytical, and I kind of take a step back. I wouldn't use the word brainwashed or anything like that, but I used to listen to everything the media said without me doing any research and not having any understanding about people and politics. And now I just have a better understanding that, you know what, just because she went to Howard University don't make a person black. You can have quote unquote black skin, but you might not think like a black person. So I mean, that's just the honest truth. So I wanted to bring that part up. And the last thing I want to bring up too was in 2006, the truancy initiative that she put in place back in San Francisco. This was for at-risk elementary school kids, and what that was, it was parents were being targeted, and I wouldn't say targeted, but these were parents which they should have been responsible for, where their kids miss like over 50 days in school, and these parents were given fines, either probation, or they could have been sentenced up to a year in jail. And there were a lot of black mothers that were getting caught up in that truancy initiative. And I look at things and I say, why would a black parent, and just in general, not have her kids go to school? And looking at it, listen, I'm not making an excuse for black women, black parents, but at the end of the day, they struggle a lot more than other races when it comes to financial tangibles and economics and things like that. They're more in a struggle than other races, unfortunately. And that's not an excuse to say you should keep your kid home or anything like that, but I understand the struggle. I'm from the Bronx. I've literally seen the struggle, and I don't know what it was. These parents could have been on drugs. I don't know, but I think she should have had a little more compassion for them. And two, guys, I did research on it. The good thing is these parents was not locked up. I could be wrong. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong on that. So I really hope, this is what I hope, guys, from Kamala being on the ticket with Joe Biden. I really hope a few things. I hope she helps Joe Biden really understand the community and have more compassion for the community and change some things. That's what I'm hoping if they do win. I'm hoping that Kamala, just her mind changes on how she used to be back a decade or 2 decades ago, towards the black community. I'm hoping that she has changed as well too, and just all the initiatives that she had in place as a DA, to again prison reform, mass incarceration. She wanted to lower that, just different things of crimes being committed being on the same level as someone that is white, being judged the same. I'm hoping that she can bring that to the office and just change the country. That's what I'm hoping for. I want to know what you guys are thinking. Tell me in the comment section. But I had to bring this up. I wanted to wait, guys. I wanted to have all my ducks in a row before I made a video about Kamala Harris, because I know everybody's doing it right now. You see the media, but I want to give you my point of view, how I see her. And again, I don't think she's a bad woman. I think they're saying she is ambitious, determined. We all ambitious. Anybody that wants something in life, we all ambitious and determined. But I think she needs to keep her eyes on the prize and having that balance to say, you know what, this is criminal and this is what I can kind of help the person out. Let's try to work with the person. That's what I think was her issue. So guys, thank you for your support. Please subscribe to the channel below and share the video if you can. And I'll talk to you guys soon, and peace and love.